Michelle Obama is back in the news again,
Good Lord.
and she is largely in the news for a comment that she said with, um, God, what's the chick's name? The interviewer chick that I was just talking about, Angie Martinez. Angie Martinez. So she was doing an interview with Angie Martinez for her platform, and this is what she had to say when asked about having a son, because they didn't have son, they had daughters. This is what she had to say.
You should have threw a boy in the mix. I would. I'm so glad I didn't have a boy.
Michelle Obama says she's so glad she never had a son. The former First Lady tells radio host Angie Martinez that she's more than okay with not having a son during the June 18th episode of her and brother Craig Robinson's IMO podcast.
You should have threw a boy in the mix. I would. I'm so glad I didn't have a boy.
Yeah.
Because he would have been a Barack Obama.
It's like baby Barack. It would have been amazing.
No, I would have felt for him.
She just borrowed our boys.
Yes, I got plenty.
She always borrowed ours.
I got plenty.
The remark.
So, she's kind of come under fire again for her remarks saying that she didn't want a boy because he would have been like Barack Obama. I don't know what the fuck that was supposed to mean. I'm not sure what she's insinuating as a result of it, but she's, again, the perception in the media is that she's throwing Barack under the bus with the comment again. What are y'all thoughts as a result of that?
I don't like it. I don't understand why she would say something like that. I know that she's had enough media training to know that, like, even if she didn't mean it like that, she knew better than to say it. So I would like to know what she meant by that, but I don't know how she could make that sound any kind of good. Like, it just sounds bad, and she knows it.
She doesn't like her husband, and she's letting us know without letting us know.
You think so? Y'all don't think she like her husband?
Well, that's such an insult. How most people take pride, I feel like, in this, well, depending on the father, and the son kind of being like the father and growing up in his footsteps. So to say he would have been like the former president of the United States, you have to hate him. I don't understand why you, with your big platform and visibility, would say something like that. It's anti-male. Like it's a shot. It's a shot at your husband. Like you married him. You're still married. I don't get it. I don't agree with it. I don't know.
I think it's I think it's a shame that we at the day and age when someone you share your last name with isn't even proud to say that the offspring you could have had would have been great. It's you're saying like I wish I'm so glad we didn't. I don't think I've ever heard that from somebody who supposedly loved the person that they're with. Like you walking around with this man's last name saying some egregious shit, man. Like that's the most disrespectful shit I ever heard from a president's wife. Fuck that. A wife. Period. That's one of the most disrespectful things you could just flat out say. That shit is crazy to me. It is what
I
it is
don't
though.
get it. And then it's like, what's so bad about Barack that if y'all had a son, you would just be so miserable?
Yeah. It's just like, man, I now at this point, I think you're right, Molly. Like it ain't even that she just don't she just doesn't like him. It's that she wants to completely detach herself from damn near everything that they had built. That's just what it sounds like to me. Like you don't
Mhm.
want to be a part of the Barack Obama family at all. Like maybe your time is up. Maybe you were only there for, like the presidency as much as you say you didn't want it or you didn't want him to do it. Maybe that's what you were there for. And now you don't want to be involved anymore. Because that's you got to be trying to detach yourself from them if you saying shit like this. I've
Hmm.
never heard that from a wife. I've never heard that from a wife, man. Like, oh, I'm glad I ain't had no boys because it'd have been just like, what?
And then boys usually carry on the father's name and legacy. Like, a
Yeah,
girl will get married off and then she'll lose her father's last name typically. So maybe she's just ready for it to end with Barack Obama. Because those girls probably not gonna carry that last name forever.
it's just what happens when
It
you
might be
marry a
over with
man.
him.
This what happens when you marry a man. Like
Well,
real
one
talk.
already doesn't carry his last name, so
Yep.
one dropped the
Yeah, she
last
did.
name.
Then she dropped everything.
Yes, she dropped the
Yeah,
last name because she thinks exactly like her mother. She did not want to live in her father's shadow. So I think that's what Michelle is talking about. It would have been a little Barack Obama, and she would have had somebody else that she had to live in their shadow, according to how she thinks.
man, this shit is bad. It's real bad. Um, I really hope she comes out with an apology. Honestly, I hope she comes out with an apology
I
because
doubt it.
that shit is
Why would she apologize?
that shit was despicable.
The last 90,000 things she said have been despicable, so why would she apologize? The
No,
90,
they ain't been this low.
no, but she's been building up to it.
Yeah, they ain't been this low. Like
Every
this
time
is
she says something, it gets worse.
yeah. This was different. Hey, I mean, Ronnie, I highly doubt she'll apologize too. I'm saying I hope she does. I hope she does. Like she'll realize what
It's
happened.
it's cold in here. Like, and I keep my house is 65. I don't know what the temperature is in this place, but it is ice cold in here.
Your skin is bipolar.
No,
Like,
it is
Mm.
how,
so cold in here. It is like if I think it's cold, everybody else has got to be frozen.
Yeah, if you live in 65 degrees, then it gotta be icy.
It is
So
literally
I say,
and Quentin says my heart is made of ice too. So I mean, if I'm cold, everybody
oh
cold.
yeah, we already know that. You and Molly on
Whatever.
the same. You and Molly on the same wave. Ice.
Whatever.
There's an ice box where my.
We need more ice box heart
Ice
women.
women.
No, absolutely not.
Because
We
these women with
need
these open hearts is why we have DEI and
we need
inclusion and
kind,
let your
loving
son wear
women.
dresses because of his feelings. We need
Mm-mm. We need
more
kind,
no, those are
stone
no,
warm-hearted
those
hearted.
are
women
stupid
that
ones.
aren't born in June, that have nothing to
I'm
do with
not born in
Geminis,
June. I know you're
that
not
have
talking about me.
that have
I
nothing to
can't
do with Geminis.
I can't help it. I can't help it. I'm a
Honey,
Pisces, so
look,
I have a very open heart
Yeah.
to everybody.
I'm just firing shots off. That's all.
What you say,
All right,
Queen?
I already got a throat chop
Gemini
coming, so
flame up.
fuck it. I might as well just say what I want to say. No. Man, wake your ass up.
But you know what? I
OKC
think
gonna
that
be all right, nigga.
I think this is a reflection of weak men, even though he was our president, somewhere in
Oh
his personal
man.
life, he's weak because his bloodline is, especially if them daughters don't want to have children, or if they do have children and they don't even carry his last name and they detach.
But do you think
If
it's
you
a
look at
reflection
it
of
and
them?
look at if you look at the difference between like, and even though I'm not comparing them, but if you look at how the Kardashian girls, right, all love their father so much they carry his last name. And they use his last name even when that last name gets taken away. They still use it, right?
Yeah.
Because their father
Their
ascended to
money is
something.
though.
Huh?
That's also where their money is and what they're known for. So I mean, if it
That's
makes
where these girls' money is. Nobody pays any of these girls or the wife any mind other than because they're Barack Obama's kids and wife.
And for women today, that's not good enough. They need their own identity, their own thing going on. F the patriarchy. They don't want any man to tied to anything they have going on. So maybe this is just the new wave of women might be. Oh, it's a lot of women that hate men.
Yeah.
I'm finding out that really, really don't like. You have a great disdain for men. So I don't know.
Do y'all ever feel like y'all would be in a situation where you would not want the father of your child to have a boy? Like, could you ever fathom a situation where you just like, no, I don't want this lineage to continue?
No, I mean, if you had a child, you kind of chose for it to continue, whether it be male or female. So why not let him have his preference? If it was an option, just to choose, what would be the big deal in letting him have it?
There are a lot of women that are also pushing back against the whole junior thing. I've seen that as well.
I don't like
Against
juniors.
what thing?
We feel like everybody
Junior.
deserves their own name, so I don't like juniors. Like, be your own person, have your own name. That's something I've always felt that way.
I like that. I think I like the junior, especially if the father is a great man, because you have a lot that you're attached to, like you're attached to greatness, and you can do just as well as the father, if not better. I
Yeah,
like it.
I think Junior is problematic when it's a shitty guy.
Yeah. Now I
I
don't
think it's
think
problematic. Like, then it's
everybody
just
should be a
like,
junior, but that's a whole
yeah.
nother.
Then the kid gonna resent his dad because he got the name that he don't want. Yeah, I think it's dangerous.
Do all men want juniors? Do all men want boys?
I would rather my kid just have their own legacy. It would be like, I think it would be interesting to have a DJ running around, but ultimately, I would want my kid to have a totally different legacy than what I had.
Why?
Mm, Nah, you don't want to go through what I went through. You don't want to live this life.
And he won't, because you're the father that's going to make sure he doesn't. So
Mm-hmm. I don't even want you. I don't want you. First off, I don't. No, I don't want you to have my name. Oh, nah.
You feel like having your name would put them through the same things you went through?
No, I just want you to have your own legacy. Well, I said I think it would be nice to have a DJ running around, but it's just like, no, that was my name. That was my name. You will give you yours. You might have a totally different personality than me, totally different personality type. And I think it's crazy that you would be running around as a totally different person with the same name. And we're nothing alike. If you was to take more to your mom's side, I would hope not. But I'm just saying that. I'll just be thinking about a lot of different things. That's just me though.
Hmm. Nah, I don't need to. Like the junior thing is overrated to me because I don't understand the point of it.
It's
Like
to keep a legacy. It's a lineage of the same name.
you're not
And
even
I
gonna be
think it
there.
only works if you. I think it only works if if you have a unique name though.
But you're gonna be dead.
Hey man.
We all gotta die, right?
right, but
Wait, what?
everybody knows the Edisons, everybody knows Hershey, everybody
Yeah,
knows Heinz.
but it doesn't matter. He's gonna
Those are last names, though. Those
Oh,
aren't first names.
But
but everybody
Heinz,
is like everybody dies though, right? So I guess I'm always just okay with people having their own identity. Like I'm me. You know what I'm saying? Like
you can't have your own identity if you're named the same name as somebody else.
not really. You living in somebody else's shadow.
yeah, it is a lot of pressure to.
So is Martin Luther King living in his father's shadow?
No, he's disappointing to his father. Shadow. His father's legacy, in my opinion.
But it's different, right? Whether he's,
The
you
fact
know,
that he's named him means that we have to identify. By default, we're always going to compare him no matter what because of the fact that he's named the way that he's named.
It's a Martin Luther King the third.
Martin Luther King is a junior.
Yeah, I know that. Oh, okay, never mind. I get what. Okay, because Anton said he's a disappointment because he's a disappointment to his dad.
Oh, no. I thought you were saying that Martin Luther King had a son named after him.
No, I'm
Yeah,
saying
that's
Martin
what I
Luther
thought you
King
were
is a
implying.
junior. He
That's
does.
what I was implying. That
He does have one named after him, but he
right.
So it's Martin Luther King the third.
I'm talking about his father, senior, because he's a junior.
Wait a minute.
Like I said, I just think that I think that people should have their own identity. I even feel sorry for kids that got to live in their parents' shadow sometimes.
Yeah, so Martin Luther King the third, he's 67. I never knew this.
See what I'm saying? You don't even know that motherfucker.
Oh yeah, he definitely can't live up to that name. That's over with.
Exactly. That's my point.
Yeah, but my point was the father, the person that gave Martin Luther King the name, the senior.
Oh shit. Man, what?
What do you mean?
You look just like him.
Yeah, but he's disappointed. He's
Yeah,
disappointed.
but y'all keep talking about the son. I was talking about Martin Luther King who ascended, and his father is the senior.
Uh-huh.
So his father.
We don't know the father.
That's my point. You don't know the father. And the father is a senior.
Mm-hmm.
So the son who is named after him still ascended greater than the father.
But either way, I still think that everybody should have their own identity. The father don't matter though. Like to us, from a legacy perspective, we don't know who Martin Luther King's father was.
Right, you don't know who his father is, which makes it known that he's better than his father.
But that nigga was born in 1899.
That would be relevant if we knew who his father was, is what I'm saying. So, for example, if you had a Michael Jordan and then you got a Michael Jordan Jr. that's better than the original Michael Jordan, it's like shit because we got something to actually compare it to. But we don't know who Martin Luther King Sr. is. We don't know him. He's not relevant to us, so it doesn't make any difference.
I think it does because it speaks to the point that if you have the same last name, you still can ascend to do great things beyond the same name.
Yeah, it matters to him, but he did. His father is dead. That's the truth. I don't get it. We don't care about his father.
Right. We don't care about his father because we don't know his father. And he has the same name as his father.
Right.
So he's obviously not living in his father's shadow because we don't even know his father. We know Junior.
I think what Anton is saying is like it doesn't even matter who his dad is because we didn't know who he was anyway. We would have never known who he was.
So it's the equivalent.
He's just going with.
I'm going with his initial point.
He said that he was.
It's the equivalent of him having his own name. Like if he would have been Jason Johnson, the Great, it would have been the same impact. It don't matter that he got Junior attached to his name, is what I'm saying.
But then you got the third who I didn't even know he existed.